Hello, Jeff. Welcome back to the. This is gonna be a new series. So it was Saturday morning, we were in the moonshot. And guess what? This is gonna be this is not the code of the Mia series or the Jeremy and Michelle series or the Mia series. Today we have a brand new show. I hope you laugh along. I know I did this show a while back, Naval Link Part 1, Naval Cindy Part 1, but we're gonna do a remake. Here you go. So this is a pretty sad day, so I hope, don't cry, Jeff. You say, Paul Coda, why did they shop? It's about his shop. So it was Saturday morning, we were gonna go polish that morning. Alan was gonna help me polish wheels that day in the shop, but it didn't turn out to be a great day. Here's what happened. So Evan and Tammy wasn't with them, but Evan and Alan and Levi. Her sister Ellen. Ellen was the sweetie. Ellen was so nice. He asked me a place to sleep at his house after all this, and yeah, he was so cool with it. So finally the morning, then the shop got flooded. Then the water started running out somewhere, and it got everything all wet all about all the roof. Yeah, eventually it stopped. Yeah, and the shop started falling apart. Yeah, collapsed and. Yeah, something went wrong, something wasn't set up, but yeah. Me, Evan, Levi and Alan also, yeah. After I begin to cry after it's all over. Don't cry, so it's okay. That was. Yeah, very, very sad too. So finally, everyone was considering me to Evan was Liba. Yeah, they were really sad. Yeah, that was probably the most sad because my shop theater fell down. Yeah. Yeah. Then Evan said, how we load everything up, I know we need to get these wheels done. done, but like I said, Levi's here, he can drive your truck that you can hop in the truck with me now, we're in the, you know. How was that actually around like 9 o'clock in the morning, I don't know. Yeah. Alan was a great friend. How we load up all you stuff we could. In real life he might, but how he didn't really care. I still wanted. That's how makes we could bring all your stuff. Well, not you. When you help, or when you just use my. But we could have it to do this. We could have it to do speeds. I don't really care. I'm not really getting paid to do that. But thinking to have, they could even use my wheel. I can show you how to run my wheel machine. Or leave up my elbow habit. How Ty was working there too, Ty and Levi can show you how to operate the my able set up. Me and Michael were still gonna have trucks going through work. But I decided when they get down, I think I might able to set up like maybe in one of the, we can set up your wheels down in one of the wheel rooms. Looks like they are all labor. And then, so finally after a little while, we went through and I know everything was soaked at the minute, but I was soaked. Yeah. We could get changed when we get to work. I'm gonna let you have a nice hot shower with it. Because I was ice cold on it. That one. Yeah, it was freezing. Yeah, it happened so quick and we had to rebuild the whole shop. Yeah, it was like kind of like that. I don't know. Can't stop. Yeah, man. We loaded up the wheels and how I had it. How I got my how they took my truck. How Levi drove my truck and my polishing guy trailed down there. How we loaded up all my polishing stuff in there. In the wheel stand and stuff we could get. We didn't bring everything in the next, but how we brought that stuff and just get started. How we brought those boxes and Bible dry them out and maybe try to use the boxes maybe dropping. But so finally we got, after a little while we finally got everything on my so finally we got everything loaded up. Action. Actually, that one. So this was after I just had the shop. I had this big shop. It was one of the coolest things. It was Alvin shop. It's never cool as my shop. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, how we loaded up the wheels. Yeah, how they were all okay. They were still looking good. No damage done to them, so that's good. We loaded up. Yeah. So how at this time how everyone was standing, it's like Tammy how he was telling everybody, yeah, how they were only gone, how they came yesterday afternoon, how everything was fine, till this moment in the shop landed. So how we decided, how Evan. How we decided how we went up and got a bunch of our clothes and loaded everything up. Yeah, how everything was maybe not. I don't know if the clothes was so, but how it just grabbed a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So then finally, shortly after we got everything packed up, we finally finally got on the road. We would go back to Charleston. Levi was driving my truck with my parking guy trailer on the back. I was with Evan and Alan and Evan's fancy white pickup, the big diesel. Woo! Yeah, we were actually out by the
cheesesteak with one.
Like I said, after it's getting around lunchtime, so how somewhere on the way down, how we're gonna, it wasn't actually quite lunchtime, but how we're gonna stop at, how we decided on Burger King. Yeah, Evan was nice enough to take me to lunch too. So we went to Burger King. Yeah. I was still really upset. But we also listened to some music. We also listened to one of the songs we listened to was the Jesus Way. We also listened to the Jesus Way by Pale Wickham. Yeah. We prayed as well. I don't know if Evan does that, but we did prayer and all sorts of good stuff. So finally we got to Burger King and we had lunch. It was very good. Yeah. Burger King is always good. Evan said that was in the show, that's one of Evan's favorite. So since I've been touching how it has eradicated how Evan was real with the trigger. I always said let's load everything up in the old trailer, that way it doesn't get mixed up, get everything up. We loaded up the trailer, we also, my totes are okay, so we just threw stuff in the totes and, yeah. How we decided to keep, how did we load it up? I have a pretty big. Evan got his trailer down, so how we put the wheels in his trailer too. So I only had a few wheels. I had some wheels for speeds I needed to get done. Then we can maybe load them up and bring them back. But so finally, so Evan was a great man. Yeah. Yeah, so finally, we also had a couple of fuel tanks in the shop too. We're gonna come back. They didn't need a view. Like I said, Josh Boogie brought out a couple of fuel. Yeah, how we call Josh too. How we're gonna come back or maybe see if Davey is by you. So the fuel tanks with Josh Boogie. So how we called him too. Yeah, how... Ooh, so... Ooh, Jeff, that was nasty. Anyway, so finally... So well, that's gonna be part 1. What should we title this? Falling Down Shop. My shop falling down. But we'll see you next time. Bye, Jeff Wagley. Whoop whoop.